Welcome to Isle of Skye. It's our first full day here, and as you saw in the previous clips, we drove up yesterday from Edinburgh. The drive was about 7 hours and it was such a scenic drive. Around every corner there were just beautiful views of mountains and all the lochs. So even though it was a bit of a drive, it was still really beautiful and it was so cool to see another part of Scotland. Speaking of views, our Airbnb has the most amazing view of the ocean. It's a bit misty at the moment, so you can't really see it right now, but when we arrived yesterday it was so amazing. It just goes on forever and ever. And overall the Airbnb is really nice. I've only been here for one night and I would 100% recommend it. So if anyone's planning a trip to Isle of Skye, I will link the Airbnb down below. Can we just talk about this wallpaper? So obsessed with this. I'll give you a quick tour of the Airbnb just to show you what it looks like, and then we can head out for the day and go explore Isle of Skye. We're in the car now and about to head out. Our first stop for the day is Dunvegan Castle. I think that's the way you pronounce it. I'm just going to say in advance that I'm probably going to pronounce everything incorrectly, but I'll try my best. And then after that we want to go to the main town here in Isle of Skye. It's called Portree. Hopefully the mist goes away because at the moment you can't really see much. To escape the rain, we explored the inside of the castle. Some of the rooms are open to the public. The gardens are also supposed to be amazing, but you don't really want to be outside in this weather. The castle has actually belonged to the same family for 800 years now, and it was cool to see some of the clan's historical artifacts as well. We are at the harbour now after the castle, and as you can see it's a really nice view behind me, and we're gonna see if we can get some fresh seafood for lunch. This cafe was right on the water and they had the biggest oysters I've ever seen. Next we went to one of the local distilleries shops in town. They had Christmas gin here and Halloween gin. It looked so cool. We wanted to try some of the local distilleries, so we went to a bar and I had a gin. And this is the view of the harbour with the colourful houses, and it actually stopped raining. We are on our way back to the Airbnb, but we came across this cute little honesty box, and how it works is inside they have some fudge or Scottish tablets, and then you can take some and then you just leave your money in this jar here. Good morning! Look how beautiful the view is today. Still a bit cloudy, but a lot better than yesterday. You can hear the birds singing. We have someone in a little boat there in the ocean. And then you also have some sheep here on the side. Just such a beautiful place. So because it has cleared up a bit, we decided to do a hike today. We are gonna do the Old Man of Storr hike, which is one of the most popular hikes to do here on Isle of Skye. Let's hope the weather stays okay and it doesn't get too stormy. I'm okay with a little bit of rain, as long as it's not like pouring down. And then later tonight we also have a dinner reservation, so looking forward to that as well. This is the start of the hiking trail. It says there on the board it's 4.5 kilometers and it takes 2 hours, so let's get going. We took a bit of a detour and then we came across this dam. It looked so pretty and I wanted to feel the water's temperature. It was really cold as you would expect. And then we continued on to complete the final stretch to the top. Just look at that view. Honestly, I don't think the video does it justice. It was amazing. It's our last full day here in Isle of Skye. I can't believe how quickly it's gone by. I'll be honest, we've had a slow start today. I was so tired after the hike from yesterday. And it's also been raining like the whole day. You might be able to hear the rain falling on the window right now. So it's just been one of those days where you just want to stay in bed. So this morning we just slept in and watched a bit of Netflix and just kind of recovered from yesterday. But it is our last day here, so we wanted to still make the most of it. So we are gonna go over to see the waterfall, and it's a waterfall that falls into the ocean, so the pictures look amazing. I'm quite excited to see it. I'm just busy getting ready at the moment, so just doing a bit of light makeup. Once you go out in the wind and the rain, none of this really matters. It all just falls apart. But you know, still just want to feel a bit put together for the day. So I am just going to finish getting ready, probably have just a little bit of lunch before we head out, and then I'll show you guys the waterfall. So I know I said I was going to show you the waterfall, and unfortunately there isn't much to show. We drove about an hour to get there. Granted, the drive was amazing. We saw some really beautiful views. We eventually arrived at the waterfall, and I'll put up a clip of the waterfall and you'll maybe be able to see some small resemblance of a waterfall. Basically just a very small stream of water dripping down the rocks. So I don't know, maybe it's not a good time to see the waterfall, maybe it's fuller at other times of the year, but we unfortunately did not really get to see a waterfall. At the moment we are back in Portree, the main town, and because it's still raining, it's literally rained the whole day, we are now going to see if we can maybe get a table at a pub and just get a few drinks to enjoy our last night here.
Bottoms up.
And we're back from the pub at the Airbnb now. As you saw, we ended up having like an early dinner at the pub as well. Afterwards, we went out to see if we could maybe get a drink at one of the other bars, restaurants, pubs. Everything was full. There wasn't a space at any of those places. And that's one tip that I have for anyone that's coming to the Isle of Skye. Remember to make your reservations for restaurants or drinks or anything in advance, because there is limited space. I have a few other things that I also want to mention for anyone that's planning a trip. So keep in mind that it rains a lot. Like today it has been raining non-stop. Maybe bring some board games and a nice book so you can still have something to do if you can't go outside. Also keep in mind that everything is far apart here on the island. One thing will be on this side of the island, and then the other thing is completely on the other side of the island. So even if you try and get a central place to stay, you are probably still gonna have to drive to a few places. But the good thing is that it's so beautiful everywhere. So when you're driving, you get amazing views, and it's nice to see all the different parts of the island anyway. One last tip that I have is to bring as much groceries with you, because there isn't a lot of shops here. You can't really just quickly drive down to the store. It's going to take you a few minutes to get there. Except if you live in the main town and you're close to the co-op there, then it's a bit of a different situation. But if you're going to live outside of the main town, definitely bring your groceries with you. Overall, we had such a nice experience here and I'm so grateful that I got to see this part of Scotland. Kind of sad that it's our last night, but I guess all good things must come to an end. So tonight we're just gonna chill here at home. I'm drinking some of the local gin. So this is the Misty Isle Pink Gin and this is what the bottle looks like. So this is the gin that I tried at the bar that we went to a few days ago. And I also have some of the fudge that we bought the other day at the Honesty Box. Oh my goodness, this is the best fudge that I've ever had in my entire life. It is so good. Other than that, I'm probably just going to pack tonight and then tomorrow, of course, we have to drive back to Edinburgh. So nothing too exciting. I think I'm gonna end off the vlog here. So thank you so much for joining me for my first holiday in Scotland. If anyone has recommendations for other places that I should visit in Scotland, please let me know down below in the comments because I'm keen to see as much of this country as possible. If you enjoyed this vlog, please remember to give it a like down below because that really helps my channel to grow and for YouTube to put my videos out there, so I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching and then I'll see you in my next video.